Hello everybody, and a very happy new year to you all. Welcome to Philbert Flies. This evening we are going to be flying Vueling flight 1003 from here in Madrid, Barajas, to Barcelona, El Prat. Flight time will be around about 50 minutes, and let's get started setting things up. So you'll notice we're parked up here at Terminal 4, and we are on stand 346. Baggage is just being loaded, jetway's connected. I've made a little start on setting up the aircraft, but let's get on board and finish that off. Right, so we're currently on external power, but because our passengers are already boarding, we're going to start the APU. And we're going to start setting up the MCDU. So as ever, we start with the init A page. We put in our flight number, which is Vueling 1003. Cost index we're going to be using is 15 today. We're going to be cruising, we're planning to be cruising at flight level 300. We'll double check that when we get our clearance. Right, so that's that. Next page we want to look at is the flight plan page, and we're planning for a 36 left departure. But as I say, we'll get our clearance shortly and find out where they want us to depart from. So I've already downloaded the ATIS into the MCDU, so we'll have a quick check of that. And this is Barcelona ATIS. That's not the one we want at all. I'm mistaken, I didn't download it into the MCDU. I looked at it on VPilot, the VATSIM client. So I'll tell you what it says. Departure runway 36 right and 36 left. Wind is 340 degrees at 13 knots, so that makes sense for a northbound departure. Clouds few at 2,500, scattered at 4,000, and the QNH is 1010. Now, I normally just press the B key to set the QNH to what the sim thinks it is, because that's obviously the best way of getting an accurate altitude readout. So it's pretty close today, only one out. Hello Annie5Z, hello. And hello Stucker, hello Brandon, hello Marcus. Nice to see you all here, welcome to the stream. So, I've got the ATIS. We'll tune in the... there's no ground or tower online at the moment on VATSIM for Madrid, but we do have Madrid Centre on 133.75. So we'll tune that in now. We'll wait for a break in the comms and get our clearance. What do they like to be called? Madrid Radar. Okay.
Iberia 46 Lima, top of descent.
Iberia 46 Lima, descend flight level 160.
Descending flight level 160, Iberia 46 Lima.
Madrid radar, Ryanair.
And I'm just checking what the ATIS was, what letter it was. Charlie, information, Charlie.
03 Madrid, muy buenas, happy new year, radar contact, continue fast.
Hello Jason, hello Mason Jason, and hello Daza. Welcome to the stream, happy new year to you.
Go ahead, 46 Lima.
46 Lima, Malaga now, wind calm. If you prefer runway 13 for landing, I can approve you.
Yes, we are able runway 13, Iberia 46 Lima.
Iberia 46 Lima, was in that case, Bulpe 2 kilo, runway 13.
Spanish is very similar to Italian, isn't it? Can you understand it, Stecker?
Direct Omigo, Oscar Mike India Golf. And continue descent flight level 160, expect ILS Zulu 13.
Vulpe 2 kilo, expecting ILS Zulu, runway 13, flying direct to Omig, descending flight level 160, Iberia 46 Lima.
Madrid radar, buenas noches. Vueling 1003, stand 346 at Barajas, type A320 Neo with Charlie. Request clearance to Barcelona.
Just give me the call sign one more time, please.
Vueling 1003.
Vueling 1003, Madrid, muy buenas. Copy clearance to Barcelona, behalf to Romeo 36 right and squawk 4410.
Cleared to Barcelona via Pinar 2 Romeo, runway 36 right, squawk 4410, Vueling 1003.
1003, clearance correct, please call back ready.
All call ready, Vueling 1003.
Lufthansa 888, with you Madrid, for Alpha clearance to Barcelona.
So we'll set the squawk to 4410 and we'll adjust our departure.
With you Madrid, for Alpha clearance to Barcelona.
So we were planning on a 32 left departure. Sorry, 36 left, but we're going to be taking the 36 right instead. And Pinar 2 Romeo.
Pinar 2 Romeo, departure 26
so we'll insert that.
Squawking 443.
And I'll just get that chart up on my iPad.
Clearance correct, start on the roof, go back ready, Lufthansa 888.
Thank you.
Madrid radar, good evening. I'm Qatar 31 Hotel.
Pinar 2 Romeo, where are you?
For clearance to Doha.
Qatar 31 Hotel, muy buenas, copy clearance Doha, Pinar 2 Romeo 36 right and squawk 4402.
Right, here we are, Pinar 2 Romeo. So that's basically a straight line, runway heading, then a right turn. Very similar, unsurprisingly, to the departure we were expecting from the parallel runway.
437, flight level 240.
Yeah, very heavy traffic in Madrid, Cattle, yeah.
Madrid radar, Qatar 31 Hotel, clear to Doha, runway 36 right.
So now we've got the flight plan departure sorted out. Because it's such a short flight, we're going to do the arrival at the same time. And I did write this down, so the current arrival runway in Barcelona is 07 left. So we're going to program in a Zulu ILS approach to 07 left via the CASP 2 November if we can. No, it's going to be a different one. We'll take CASP 1 Echo for now, and once we get our clearance en route, we'll adjust that. In fact, you know what? Because it's a different arrival runway, we'll leave it for now, and we'll wait till we're in the air. Right, so in NIT B now. There's our zero fuel weight centre of gravity. Fuel on board is 5.6 tons.
46 Lima, continue descend. 5,000 feet, QNH.
So that's that done. Next we need to do our takeoff performance. And after the last time, I'm a little bit wary of using WebPro, but it does still seem to give slightly better figures than the aircraft itself does. So we're going to be doing a flaps 1 plus F takeoff, PAX will be on, anti-ice will be off, runway's dry.
Ready for pushback.
And our takeoff weight is going to be
62687.
Okay, we'll try to call you one by one. Break,
runway 36 right.
Ryanair 19 Golf Uniform.
So that's given us a flex takeoff temp of 57 degrees. A V1 speed of 159. In fact, all the V speeds are 159. Nice and easy.
Face to the north.
Sorry, I'm neglecting the chat. Keen to get underway, but I will check back in a second.
Lufthansa 888, face south.
Facing south, Lufthansa 888.
So transition altitude at Madrid is 13,000 feet. And we'll use 3,500 and 5,000 for our thrust reduction and acceleration altitudes.
Climb flight level 230, Vueling 5 Golf Golf.
Illuminex, hello, nice to see you. Thank you, Anis, thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
Please repeat, Vueling 5 Golf Golf.
Good.
5 Golf Golf, if you wish, you may
what's the initial climb clearance on this seat?
Flying direct to 00
So by
November.
P
Vueling
now we want to
5
be above 130, so
Iberia
we'll set that feed for
9062
now.
Hinojosa 4 Eco pista 27 en Sevilla.
We'll make sure the APU bleeds on, and we'll run our before start checklist down to the line.
Before start checklist.
Cockpit prep.
Ryanair 19 Golf
Completed.
uniform
Gear
radar
pins
contact
and
flying for level
covers.
360
Removed.
and
Signs.
fly direct
On
to
and auto.
ADOs.
Lucem Lima uniform Sierra Eco Mike.
Nav.
Fuel quantity.
Set.
Takeoff data.
Set.
Baro ref.
1009. Set.
1009 set. Down to the line.
And we'll continue below the line once we have the doors closed and we're ready to push back. So far so good. I'm just going to update the V speeds in flight crew A320 so we get the correct call-outs. There we are, that's that done.
Vueling 5 Golf, climb for level 300.
And we'll disconnect the jetway, get the door closed and get underway. So we'll turn the beacon light on, check our thrust levers are idle, which they are, and continue the before start checklist.
Below the line.
Windows and doors.
Closed.
Closed. Beacon.
On.
Thrust levers.
Idle.
Parking brake.
On.
Before start checklist complete.
Madrid radar, Vueling 1003 on stand 346 Barajas, ready for pushback and engine start.
Vueling 1003, push is approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face south, Vueling 1003.
Madrid radar, Qatar 31 Hotel request.
So that means we face to the left from where
Qatar
we
31
are.
Hotel, push is approved, face north.
Face north, Qatar 31 Hotel.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Understood. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
.240 wind is coming from the southwest. Yes, I play Among Us, Stuck. I had a little go at that on Zoom last night for New Year's Eve. A lot of fun. I believe that Lufthansa aircraft you can see is Marcus having pushed back just
Laftiga
before us.
3437, high speed approved, descent flight level 150.
High speed approved, the descent flight level 150, Leipzig 3437.
All ground equipment is clear. You can start the engines at your discretion.
Right.
Starting engine 1.
The usual panic to get the engine started while not missing the turn onto the taxiway. This is the trouble of trying to be a pilot and a pushback tug driver. Beacon lights are used whenever the aircraft is going to move or is moving. So you turn them on just before pushback and you turn them off once you're parked at the gate.
Lufthansa 888 is ready for taxi.
Lufthansa 888 taxi holding point runway 36 right via Hotel and Mike.
To runway 36 right via Hotel and Mike, Lufthansa 888.
Lufthansa 888, I'm sorry, Sierra and Mike.
Roger, Sierra and Mike, Lufthansa
The
888.
push is complete. Please set the brakes.
Parking brakes set.
Understood. Okay, so the ground equipment is removed and the pin is out. Good engine starts from down here, and I see you on the right hand side with the pin.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
So engine 1's available.
We'll see you later.
We'll start engine 2.
Starting engine 2.
And while the engine's starting, I'll just bring up my taxi chart, which I've completely forgotten to do. And as we all know, I'm good at getting lost at airports while taxiing.
This is your first speaking. Please direct your attention to the cabin crew for important safety information.
Okay, so we are on Delta India. Is that Delta India? Yeah, Delta India. And to get to 36 right, we're going to want to taxi straight ahead and then left on Sierra, probably, which is basically the clearance he gave to Marcus there. So that's a good start.
It is our policy that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times while seated. Doors are clearly marked with exit signs and instructions for door openers.
Hello Ludwig, nice to see you. Welcome to the stream.
With an escape slide. Locate the nearest
Right, so engine 2 is available. So we'll turn the engine mode selector back to normal. We'll get rid of the APU bleed and turn off the APU. Turn on the taxi light.
5 Golf Golf climb 5L300.
And so we don't forget later, we'll turn on the weather radar and predictive wind shear warning system.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
Set.
ECAM status.
Check.
Pitch trim.
Pitch trim should be 26%. I think it probably is, but let's just check. Perhaps let's just give it a little bit of a whisker more nose up.
26% set.
Rudder trim.
0.
After start checklist complete.
Hello Brandon. I used the Thrustmaster T16000M, that's all.
Flight control check.
Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Thank you very much for your attention.
And while the co-pilot does his flight control checks, we'll try and get our clearance.
Qatari 31 Hotel via November holding point 36 right.
By November, holding point 36 right, Qatari 31 Hotel.
Vueling 1003, ready to taxi.
Vueling 1003 behind the Airbus 320 Lufthansa, taxi via Sierra and Mike holding point 36 right.
Behind the Lufthansa aircraft via Sierra and Mike to holding point 36 right, Vueling 1003.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Sierra 9062 descenso para nivel 70, pueden volar directos Rubén.
So, Sierra and Mike. So essentially we'll just follow Marcus. Thank you, Marcus. I shall. I'll take you up on that. Oh, we have 2 Brandons here. Hello, Brandon Nobrega. Nice to see you. Happy New Year.
Traffic at 3437, continue descent altitude 10,000
no problem,
feet
Brandon,
with
no problem.
GNH 1010.
Continue descent altitude 100 feet.
And while we're taxiing, we'll set the auto brake to max. Test our takeoff config. And as we get a little closer,
Mandarin Mike Romeo leaving my airspace now for the ATC.
we'll ding the cabin crew.
122.8, happy flight, have a nice journey. Have a nice year.
Okay, over Telecom, 1228 runner 8 Mike Romeo, happy New Year to you, bye-bye.
Qatari 31 Hotel, we're ready to go.
Ludwig, I've already done it. I've got top 10 sceneries of 2020 so far, and all of them are in Europe, so yeah, check that out.
Qatari 31 Hotel.
Right, taxi routings. Oh, there's the airport chart, that'll do us. So this should be Sierra. And we want to turn left onto Mike, I think. Yes, Mike 15, then Mike 16. I think, Marcus, you might have gone the wrong way. But I might be wrong. What does this taxi sign say? Missed it. So Sierra, I'm pretty sure this is Mike, so we're going to turn left and right.
549 para Madrid, feliz año
Yes, it is
nuevo,
Mike.
gracias por todo y nada, nos veremos, pues nos oiremos pronto. Hasta luego. Perfecto, feliz año, gracias.
Hello, you're too stupid. No, I felt the effects this
Madrid
morning.
Control,
All remote,
Angola
of course, but I
1025
did have
initial
slightly
contact.
too much to
Good
drink.
evening.
Anyway, Happy New Year. Yes, the stream's not long started flying with Lee.
Angola 1025.
1025, muy buenas. Africa 3437, continue descent altitude 6,000 feet.
There aren't any
VY1003.
new European sceneries that I would say beat any of the ones in the top 10, Ludwig. I don't think anything has beaten them, no.
Vueling 544, request descent.
When you flight 143, descent flight level 70.
Right, let's
Flight
ding the
level,
cabin so that we can
70,
start
Vueling
our
544.
checklist.
Africa 3437, continue descent 6,000.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Continue to descend 6,000 feet,
Takeoff
left to get
checklist.
347.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flight instruments.
Condor 4
Checked.
Checked. Briefing.
Confirmed.
Flat setting.
Config 1+F.
Iberia,
Config 1
Coffee
plus
Klima,
F.
welcome to Malaga,
V1,
the Alpha
VR,
Choice.
V2, flex temp.
V1 159 VR 159
31
V2
radar contact flight level
159
340.
V1 159 VR.
I think you're wrong, Marcus.
V2 1
But after you.
ATC.
This is Mike that I'm on. I'm pretty confident of that. I think you were on
Condor
Alpha.
4 Hotel Alpha Madrid, muy buenas, radar contact level 350. Continue direct in Hinojosa. Hotel
I don't think there are
Juliet.
any military aircraft yet, Stucker, but there's nothing to stop you
Direct, Hotel India Juliet, Condor 4 Lima.
when there are. Okay. So you're right now, Marcus. You're on mic.
Set.
ECAM memo.
Take off no blip.
Condor
Down
4
to the
Hotel
line.
Alpha, Hinojosa, which is Hotel India Juliet 2 uniform arrival, runway 20.
Hotel India Juliet 2 uniform arrival for runway 20, Condor 4.
Hello, Spiraj. Hello, and if you're still here, goodbye. Nice to see you briefly. My day was alright, thank you. Yeah, it was alright. Not very exciting.
Continue descent 5,000 feet.
Did some cleaning, that sort of thing.
Continue to descend 5,000
Bit of
feet, left to
cooking.
get 3437.
Watched a bit of telly, did a bit of flying. I've been flying the Citation CJ4. That's my plan, is to do a few streams on that this year.
Qatari 31 Hotel flight responding.
How was yours?
Second Qatari 31 Hotel.
31 Hotel, if you wish, you may fly direct Ponen, Papa Oscar, November Echo November.
Sorry, Parent 31 Hotel.
No, I'm flying at the time the flight really departed, so it's a 9:35 scheduled departure, local.
After Aspen, cleared ILS Zulu, runway 23 right, left to get 3437, report established.
I used to love Rainbow Six Siege. I was always hopeless at it, but it's a great game. But yeah, 4 hours, I can imagine you're pretty knackered after that. No, it's still the IVAO model matching, Ludwig. They haven't got the built-in model matching sorted out.
Condor 5 Lima Hotel Madrid, muy buenas, on radar contact level 330, you may fly direct to Corno, Kilo Oscar, Romeo November Oscar.
Direct Carlos, Condor 5 Lima Hotel.
He didn't give us a specific holding point at this runway, and there are quite a few. So I think this is November. Let me just consult my charts again. Yeah, I think we'll turn right here.
Vueling 5 Golf Golf. Expect runway 22 surface
Oh
wind
no,
now,
we'll
San
follow
Sebastian
Marcus.
2307 knots. Variable between 200-260, visibility
Or maybe
more
we'll take
than
the one
10,
just
light
before
rain.
him.
Scattered clouds 2500, broken 3500, temperature 5, dew point 3 QNH 1008.
Roger, Vueling 5 Golf Golf.
Madrid radar, Vueling taxi 102, Romeo, flight level 390.
Stop with 102 Romeo Madrid, muy buenas, squawk 4463.
4463, taxi 102 Romeo.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Marcus. we both, I don't think either of us was given a specific holding point.
Lufthansa 888 is ready for...
Disculpen, 1015. Mantengan presente rumbo como vector inicial al localizador de la pista 27.
Which hold short point am I actually at?
Lufthansa 888 is ready for departure. Runway 26 right in Madrid.
Lufthansa 888, surface wind 010 degrees 7 knots, Pilar to Romeo departure 36 right, clear for takeoff.
Lining up 26 right, cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa 888.
Saptica 3437, surface wind 010 7 knots, runway 32 right, clear to land.
Runway 3 to right, clear to land.
Right, I'm just going to...
Buenas noches, Lufthansa 69, currently flight will be for to your offer TDB.
Just going to concentrate for a moment. I'll come back to the chat once we're airborne.
Muy buenas, radar contact, continuous file, negative CPDLC, sorry.
Lufthansa 69, continuous flight, roger.
Madrid radar, Vueling 1003, holding short Yankee 2, ready for departure.
Vueling 1003 behind the Airbus 320 of Lufthansa departing 36 right, line up and waiting sequence behind.
Behind the Lufthansa, line up and wait in sequence behind Vueling 1003. So we'll turn on the strobe light because we're about to enter the runway. We'll turn our nose light to takeoff, and once we have takeoff clearance we'll turn on the landing lights. So he's on his way, so we can nudge up onto the runway.
Iberia 9062, continúen para 4000.
Ooh, the ground texture's a bit dodgy here, isn't it? Maybe it's really like that. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
9062, velocidad alta aprobada. Están a 60 millas de toma.
Below the line.
Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff. Takeoff runway.
Confirmed.
Confirmed. Cabin crew.
Advised.
Engine mode selector. Normal. Pax. On. Before takeoff checklist complete.
I've changed my mind about the anti-ice, and I'm going to turn it on because there's cloud, and everything ices up with cloud in this sim.
From San Sebastian to Charlie, which is Sierra November to Charlie from runway 30.
You're allowed, careful, you're allowed to line up behind, yeah.
5 Uniform Tango, clearance square, start of approved, report ready.
So I wonder if we'll get held here for a little while, because obviously they need separation between Marcus and I.
503 FM, thank you, Unicom 122.8, Happy New Year.
Unicom, Happy New Year.
Oh, good, Zanis, did you have a go at it today? You said you might.
Thank you.
No, I've never been on a 747-800, no. Been on a couple of 400s, but no 800s.
Lufthansa 888, please confirm squawk 4466.
4426, Lufthansa 888.
Negative, 4466.
4466, Lufthansa 888.
Vueling 1003 clear for takeoff 36 right with Pina 2 Romeo departure and wind 010 degrees 7 knots.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 36 right, Pinar 2 Romeo departure, Vueling 1003.
Ready?
Ready.
Take off.
Right, let's go. And as I say, apologies if I miss any messages in the chat. I'll be concentrating on the flying for a
Lufthansa
little while.
888, take crest higher.
Lufthansa 888 negative, radar contact, I can
Manflex,
give
SRS,
you
runway,
higher
thrust
as
blue.
soon as
Check.
I
Thrust
have
set.
you on the radar. I could give you.
Why aren't we
Would you verify your transponder again, 4466?
There we are now.
4466, Roger, Lufthansa 888.
100 knots.
Something weird happened there, didn't it?
Facility
V1,
radar contact,
rotate.
thank you. Climb level 300, flight direct Ponen, Papa Oscar,
Positive
November,
climb.
November.
300, Lufthansa 888.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Autopilot 1. AP1.
Check.
And we're off.
Vueling 1003 radar contact, climb level 300.
Flap 0.
Climb flight level
Speed
300,
checked.
Vueling 1003.
Flaps 0.
After takeoff, climb checklist.
Landing gear.
Up.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Packs.
On.
Down to the line.
Yeah, it was a bit windy or something.
For a few minutes, just wanted to renew.
Plus the twist axis on my joystick is broken, so
I
that's not
request to
ideal.
leave the cockpit for 10 minutes approximately. That's twist 102 Romeo.
Stop with 103 Romeo. Probably I will have to close in less than your request. So monitor Unicom 122.8 and enjoy the flight. Have a nice New Year.
122 simulate, thank you, bye bye, happy New Year.
Leipzig Air 3437, runway indicated by Kilo 4.
Leipzig Air 3437, welcome to Madrid. Continue.
I'm glad you
as far
enjoyed it, you're
to the
too stupid.
south. And Golf 3, another choice.
Yes, I'm glad I had the windows closed for that
Alpha
Stuka.
to the south and then Gold 3, gate of choice, like Leipzig Air 3437.
Vueling 1003, radar contact, climb level 300, flight direct Ponen if you wish. Papa Oscar, November, Echo November.
Direct Ponen for Vueling 1003, thank you. Oops, forgot to turn the landing lights on. It's always something. Right, direct to Ponen. And it's quite smooth, so we'll turn the seatbelt sign off, and it's standard practice to have the dome light set to dim for departure, but we can kill that now. Right, and we're past the transition altitude, so we will set the pressure to standard.
Set standard.
Standard. Cross-checked. Passing flight level 143. Now.
Check.
Vueling 54 Golf, continue descent 5,200
Below the
feet.
line.
Barrow
with
ref.
QNH 1008.
Standard set.
Standard
Unit
set.
108,
After takeoff checklist
5,000
complete.
feet, decreasing 544.
Good. Happy with that. Reasonably good departure. Have I flown by air? Yes. Beautiful Madrid. Yeah, it's a stunning city. So we're flying direct to Ponan, which is only 130 nautical miles away. So really we need to get set up for the approach. I'm just going to have a look at VATSIM and see what we have in the way of cover. So we do have a Barcelona radar on. So they'll give us our arrival clearance. Oh, Captain Shah, thank you very, very much indeed for the $5. That's appreciated. Happy New Year to you.
Qatar 31 Hotel, contact Barcelona 13235. Have a nice flight and Happy New Year.
Qatar 31
Right, anyway, as I was saying, we should really set up for our arrival. So, we know that we're going to be expecting a runway 7 left, so I'll just change that in Navigraph on my iPad. Approaches. ILS Yankee 07 left. And the arrivals. So we've got a choice of Caspian 1 Whiskey. No, hang on. Hang on a second. Getting myself muddled up here. So there's a lot of Caspian arrivals, but not many that go to runway 07 left.
After Sierra Sierra November, clear VOR approach runway 22. If you prefer, if you have visual contact with terrain and you want to descend lower to do a visual approach, it's also approved.
VOR approach approved on runway 22, Vueling Golf Golf, back Golf Golf.
So it's some kind of Caspian arrival we're after, not a Pumal. Is that right? No, because we've been cleared direct to Ponan. Our next point is Caspian, yeah, so it's a Caspian arrival we're after. So there's a 1 Echo and a 1 Yankee. Let's go for a Caspian 1 Echo for now. Ooh, arrival. Seven left.
Iberia 127, buenas noches. 1271, buenas noches.
Ugh, didn't mean to do that. 7 left. Caspian 1 Echo.
Solicito autorización de plan de vuelo con destino al aeropuerto de Orden.
Via Rubot. That's what we want. But it's not giving me that as an option. Approach vires, no vires. Okay. This is, I'm never sure if this is missing nav data or what, but...
Iberia 1271, autorizado el vuelo, plan de vuelo, salida por pista 36 derecha.
Let's try the 1 Yankee.
Respondiendo por 44.
1 Yankee via Rubot. That's good, that makes sense. And if we move into plan mode, we can step through that and make sure it makes sense.
Iberia 906 autorizados ILS Zulu pista 27, notifiquen establecidos localizadores.
No, that doesn't quite... Well, brings you round and back on yourself. Okay. Let's just hope Barcelona gives us a decent service and tells us what we're doing when we get there. Otherwise, we'll have to make it up as we go along. How long is the flight? It's about 50 minutes, Stuka, about 50 minutes. Yes, the information display at the top is called... Yeah, I can't remember. I've got it open somewhere. Bene Overlay. It's a freeware thing, because you may remember I used the I used a different one, but it didn't work reliably.
Level 310.
No, I haven't been to LA, Brandon. No, never.
Monitor Unicorn 122.8. Have a nice flight and happy New Year.
This is more complicated than the bomb game. It's true. I was dreadful at the bomb game. Hello, Mossy. Nice to see you.
Have a nice flight.
To Barcelona 132.35. Thank you and have a good year.
Same to you, sir. Thank you.
So I've just heard that
1003, contact Barcelona 13235. Happy flight and have a nice year.
Barcelona on 132.35, and Happy New Year to you too. Bye bye.
Thank you. Condor 4 Hotel 5.
Lufthansa 888 Barcelona, hello. Radar contact. Continue climb to initially maintain flight level 300.
Maintaining 300. Thank you, Lufthansa 888.
Lufthansa 888, flight direct to Casper, information India.
Flight level to Casper, information India, Lufthansa 888.
It only works if you're streaming, Jason. It's a streaming overlay.
November Hotel.
Barcelona radar, Vueling 1003, good evening, flight level 300, direct Ponan.
Vueling 1003, radar contact 300, flight direct to Casper, information India.
Direct to Casper, information India, Vueling 1003.
K378, runway 24 right, clear for takeoff.
Right, so direct to Casper. Right, so that's that. So that's an even shorter route, which is nice.
3423, change now, Infinity 134.
And what we're going to do is check the latest ATIS.
135.
So, arrival runway is now 02, so that's changed.
3.
So we'll go for the ALS Zulu approach to runway 02. And do we still want the Caspi 1 Yankee? Let me have a quick look.
2 Kilo Papa, Lunik 2 Papa, out of discretion descent, when ready,
yes, I think
to flight level 200.
2 Kilo Papa via Lunik, nobody descent, level 200.
And the aircraft's doing stupid things, so we'll tell it again to go direct to Caspi. I can't concentrate on the chat because there's too much going on. I'm so sorry. I'll try and catch up with a little bit. You're going to Doha, right? That's IVAL model matching, Douglas. So you download the IVAL aircraft and it matches them to VATSIM aircraft.
Welling for Alpha Yankee 9 miles to run for runway 28.
Okay, you're too stupid. Take care. Have a good meal. See you later. Happy New Year, LDR.
Airlands runway 28, Welling for Alpha Yankee.
I've been alright, thank you, Mossy. Happy New Year. Looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah, it's a very short flight. I always find these short flights quite stressful.
Lufthansa 888, Casper 2 November, Totki 1 November, transition runway 02.
Lufthansa 888, sorry, can you please repeat?
Casper 2 November for the Totki 1 November, transition runway 02.
Casper 2 November, Lufthansa 888.
Vueling 1003, Casper 2 November, Totki 1 November, transition.
Casper transition, Lufthansa 888, yeah.
Was that Caspi 1 November via Totki for Vueling 1003?
Casper 2 November, Totki 1 November.
Caspi 2 November and Totki 1 November, Vueling 1003. Thank you. Right, Caspi 2 November via Totki, and I'll double check the charts. And we'll hope that the aircraft... No, it wants to go somewhere else again. Why does it keep doing this? I just want it to go to Caspi. There's no reason why it would go anywhere else.
Condor 2 Kilo Papa, descent to level 100.
2 Kilo Papa descending flight level fast.
Okay, that looks sort of alright.
4410, change Maastricht, frequency 1353, choose fine.
Right, Caspi 1 November.
Say again, 4410?
Change Euro control, frequency 135.3, choose fine.
135, thank you very much for ADC and have a good evening. Bye-bye from Windows 44.
Okay, I've got that much.
Vueling 39 Tango 3, big departure.
I can't find a Toct Key 1 November arrival.
Vueling 39 Tango X-ray, ruede por interior, será por su izquierda, derecha en eco,
Maybe
Juliet
it's under the
y
approach
Kilo,
section.
al punto
Oh,
de la
yes, it
pista
is.
07 derecha.
It is.
Tu interior, Juliet, Kilo, al punto 0, pista 27.
Okay, that all looks good. So now I have to go down to the performance page, check the ATIS again, and fill all that in for the approach
Vueling
page.
39 Tango X-ray, me dijeron que estaba en el 212-212 a Pronto
QNH
Sur, ¿verdad?
1005. Temperature is
Firma probando eso.
7. Wind is 300 at 4 knots. Transition level is 7,000, I think I read. No, 7,500. Flight level 75, I should say. And looking at the ILS plate for runway 02, the decision...
Lufthansa 26 Echo, flight level 340, you may fly
altitude is
direct to Lumas.
320. Good, so that's that set up. We'll use auto brake medium, I think, for this. I'll take back control.
I have control.
And
You
we're
have
ready for our
control.
descent. And now I can look at the chat again. Oh, good, it's all Happy New Year and friendly stuff. Excellent. I can do some breathing.
B78 is 5 minutes out of cockpit.
378, roger, copy, radar contact, continue climb to flight level 197, no speed.
1970,
I'm just going to compare this with the approach chart for the transition. I know that the star is
2 Kilo
right.
Papa left to Charlie Delta Papa, descend to flight level 70.
So VLA, Villafranca,
2 Kilo Papa left direct,
Then-
Captepera and descend, can you say again level?
Hey Pam, Captepera and flight level 70, transition.
All cow, then Tot Key,
Papa descending flight level 70.
then BL. Is that 636? No, it's not, is it?
Alcanzando punto
BL 640? Yes, that's right, that's 636. Yeah, this is all good. This is all good.
Vueling 39 Tango X-ray.
39 Tango X y para su información se le recibe 2 de 5 con bastante ruido de fondo. Sí, entrar y mantener 07 derecha.
Entré y mantener a la pista 07 derecho.
Yeah, for sure, Douglas. Yeah, I don't understand why people would fly this. Other than for the fun of it, of course, like we're doing.
Vueling 39 Tango X-ray, 07 derecha, viento 3004 nudos, autorizados a estar.
Autorizado desde la pista de la 07 derecha. Vueling 39 Tango Juliet R.
Lufthansa 888, flight direct to Victor Lima Alpha.
Direct Victor Lima Alpha, Lufthansa 888.
Me, I'm joining the group flight tomorrow. Yes, for people who don't know, 1400, we're doing a group flight. It's the next leg of my Bimbles Around Britain series, VFR Tour of the UK by Cessna 152. And it's Moss's birthday, so it's a special flight, and it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, do join us if you can. The MDA for Malmo. Hold on. You lot don't ask much, do you? Honestly, I get 5 minutes to think in between planning my descent, and you want all this.
Barcelona Control to the 2145.
I'm joking, of course, mostly.
To destination, over.
Malmo ILS 17.
Vueling 4 Alpha Yankee, gave it George away.
Alpha Tango Roger to your right, and
409
taxi to your
illuminates.
discretion, sir.
409
Thank you,
feet for
discretion,
category 1
Vueling 4
ILS.
Alpha.
Yes, I'd like to fly to Reykjavik. I'm waiting for the MK Studios scenery though. No, I'm not a real pilot, no. I've done a little bit of flying in real life, but not much. So if you want to model match with VATSIM, there's a method using iVal aircraft, and if you join my Discord, I'll try and find a link to it after we land. I can't think where I found it off the top of my head.
Condor, ticket above addition altitude now 4,000 feet, and again H1005.
Dare I ask how old you're going to be, Mossy? Yes, I'm finding it quite stressful as well, Marcus, with the full ATC and the chat watching.
Vueling 39 Tango X en contacto radar. Despegue, suba para 190 y sin restricciones.
190, Tango, Julia, Vueling 39 Tango Julia.
I think Barcelona is a lot better than their Miami. Yeah, I like their Barcelona a lot. 26, good grief. That's almost as old as me, and I'm very old, Mossy. So I feel for you. It's not almost, it's about 10 years less if we're honest, but still. No, but a wee nip of a lad. Whole life ahead of you. No, I haven't had a few drinks, right? No, not one.
382 Alpha 5, hello to you, pass a message.
No, I've never simulated an emergency landing, no. It doesn't interest me so much, that sort of thing. I like to simulate flights that are as close to the real world as possible.
382 Alpha 5, calling this frequency.
So, according to the star, we should be below flight level 250 by Caspe.
AAA, sorry sir, we need to disconnect. Spectrum with 72, you're going to be number 1. So you mean to Unicorn 1.
I'm number 1, and sorry, please repeat Lufthansa plate.
Hey Pam, we need to disconnect for about 15 minutes, but so you're going to be number 1 for this runway 72. So Unicorn 122.8, it's fine.
See you later, thanks, bye.
Vueling 1003 sent to you 15 minutes off in this frequency, so you may change Unicorn 122.8, number 2 for the ILS 02.
Number 2 for ILS 02 and over to Unicorn 122.8, Vueling 1003. Happy New Year and thanks for the service.
Sent to you, say, cheers, bye.
That's a shame. So ATC are going offline for 15 minutes, so we are no longer going to have any ATC. Which is a shame, but not the end of the world. It'll make things a little bit less stressful, I guess. That's the beauty of not being, well, 100, Jason. There's always someone older. There's always someone older to make you feel better. Captain Scotland, I don't know, I'm afraid. I'm not an expert on this sort of thing. I drag them into community and either they work or they don't. So the group flight is multiplayer. It's both. So you can fly with us or you can watch the live stream. It'll be live streamed on YouTube just like this one is. And all the details are in my Discord server, which you're already a member of, I think. But if anyone else wants to fly with us, there's a link in the YouTube video description, and also, what's his name? Nightbot, is it? Nightbot's posting it every 15-20 minutes or something, so you should be able to find it. So to descend to flight level 250 is a drop of 5,000 feet, so we need 15 nautical miles to do that, so we'll start down shortly. No, I know. I found turning 30 hard. I'm going to find turning 40 harder, I'm sure. I'm curious as to why you thought I'd had a few drinks. Do I sound drunk, Ryan? I had a few drinks last night, but I'm definitely sober now. Hello, FCAM. You're very welcome. I'm glad you're finding them useful. So what should we do? Should we fly the full arrival route, or should we take a little shortcut? What do you reckon? Bearing in mind the full arrival route does actually rely on vectors, so we would have to make it up as we went along after the final fix on it. Okay, let's start down there.
Vueling flight 1003, Lufthansa 888.
Lufthansa 888, Vueling 1003, go ahead.
Hello, are you flying the whole transition, or do we come here in trouble? How should we make it?
Haven't decided yet. I was just asked my viewers that question. I think we'll probably do a direct to if you're going to.
Okay, right. Then I go directly to drop 12 Bravo Lima 624.
Roger that. You're going direct to Bravo Lima 624, Vueling 1003. Can't see that, Marcus. Where is it? Oh yes, there it is. Yeah, let's do that. That's a very good idea. Direct. Is it in the... It's probably already in here. Bravo Lima 624. So let's continue our descent and hope we get down in time. We'll work out whether we're likely to get down in time shortly. Where are we? Oh, I've got Malmo open. No wonder I can't find anything. Approach. Runway. Still got Malmo open. I don't know if anyone else uses Navigraph, but it feels a lot more fiddly than it needs to be sometimes. Right, ILS Zulu, ILS Yankee. So we want to be at 2000 by Sanis. Let me just have a quick look again at the transition chart. Just trying to work out how quickly we need to descend at the moment, and we're still a fair way out, about 100 miles or so. Let's just look at our minimum descent altitudes on the transition. If we had slightly longer to prepare, I'd bring this up on the stream for you to have a good look at. But I've just got too much to do. I think we should be able to go down to flight level 90 without any trouble, so we'll do that for now. Yeah, I might still be a little bit hungover, Mossy. Shortcut like in real life. Good, good, good. What time's this flight tomorrow? 2 p.m, 1400 Zulu. But if you're flying with me, I generally say try and get there for 10 to, something like that. So 1350 Zulu. Oh, but yes, sorry, I missed what you said. You don't have MSFS, do you? Yeah, so come and watch the stream. It's good fun. Very different to this. So we've got about 70 miles to get down to 2,000 feet, which is a loss of 1,800 feet. 18 times 2 is, sorry, 18 times 3 is 30, 54 miles, is it? Yeah, something like that. So that's absolutely fine. Let us just
cabin crew prepare for arrival.
What was I going to say? I can see why you think I'm drunk. I'm quite tired. I think that's probably. I have absolutely no idea why I came down here. Oh yes, to check the frequency. Let's do that, shall we? So it should be 108.75, and it hasn't automatically tuned, so we'll put it in. I live in the UK, 2 p.m. Zulu, Greenwich Mean Time, Stuka. So probably 1 p.m. for you. Yeah, I did actually, Jason. I didn't intend to, but I had a sort of a Zoom games night with some friends. And I thought, well, it'll last a couple of hours, I'll be in bed by 10:30, and actually I didn't go to bed till 2 a.m.
Flight level 220 down to flight level 7.
There's Marcus. I didn't quite hear him. It's a bit crackly. Lufthansa 888 Vueling 1003. Could you repeat your last? Receiving you strength 3.
I'm a little bit high. I'm on flight level 100 down to 100 and cruising speed to 260.
Roger, received. Happy landing, Vueling 1003. I don't use PACX, no. I know you live in Italy, Stuka, that's why I think it's 1 p.m. for you. My next flight is tomorrow's Bimbles Around Britain group flight, Ryan, which will take us from the Isle of Mull to a place whose name I can't remember in the in the Highlands on the mainland, past Ben Nevis and various other pretty things. My next airliners flight will be is probably going to be from Barcelona to Cologne Bonn. And I'll probably do that on the 4th, I think, but I'm not sure. Check my channel and I'll list it once I've decided. That's the way to do it, Mossy. That's the way to do it. There were so many fireworks around my way this year. There's usually a few, but they started at about 8 p.m. and they just carried on all the way through till I went to bed, really. I think people are desperate for any kind of celebration, aren't they, at the moment? How do I know what time it is, Stuka? Because I think you're 1 hour ahead. I think it's, in fact, I'm sure Italy is 1 hour ahead of the UK. So for you, it's 22:03 at the moment, right? So actually, I was wrong. So it'll be 3 p.m. your time, not 1 p.m. This is a streaming plugin called Bene Overlay. So it plugs into my streaming software. I can't actually see what it says in the sim. Only you really get the benefit of it. Yes, I did stay up to see in the new year. Yeah, I did. Not intentionally. I thought I'd be in bed by 10:30, but I was doing some drinking and playing some games on Zoom with my friends. So I didn't go to bed till about 2:30, something like that. I'm just going to have a quick look at VATSPY. See if there's anything else around. So the gap is closing between myself and Marcus, so I think what I'm going to do is slow down a little bit. So we'll engage selected airspeed mode. And I'll reduce, not that much, maybe 230, that should do us. We'll turn on the seatbelt sign, we'll turn on the landing lights because we're passing 10,000 feet. And we'll continue our descent. Yes, exactly. So it's 10:05 in Italy, as I thought, which means that for you, the group flight tomorrow will be at 3 o'clock p.m. No, I didn't. I should catch up on that. I heard the light display was quite good, Venom Films. I should have a look for it on YouTube.
Barcelona traffic on flight level 100, Kassel to November arrival, Lufthansa today.
He's not doing... Marcus, you're not doing the full Casper 2 November arrival, are you? You're going direct to that... Yeah, you are going direct to that waypoint. To be at Bravo Lima 624, right? And I'm slowing down to give you plenty of room so I don't end up going around. Runway 02 is in use. Yeah, I know, the new normal is weird. But there are bits of it I like, I have to say. There's something quite nice about being able to, I don't know, see people whenever you want instantly. I don't know if that makes sense. But like there were more people, I saw more people last night for New Year's Eve than I probably would have done if I'd gone to someone's house or whatever. Because it's just easier, isn't it? Oh, okay, Stucker. Well, hopefully you can make it in the afternoon and get all your book buying and homework done. Yeah, so with the gap is building a little bit between Marcus and I. Which is good. And I think we'll continue our descent down to 4,000 feet now. When will be the next VATSIM flight? I might be able to squeeze one in the day after tomorrow. If not, it'll be the 3rd at 2 p.m. Dennis. Right, so we've passed our transition level, so we'll set local pressure, and again I'll use the B key to do that.
1006 set.
1006 set. Passing 6,300. Now.
Check.
And we'll do our approach checklist.
Approach checklist.
Briefing.
Confirmed.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Baro ref.
1006 set.
1006 set. Minimum. Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Are you the oldest? I don't know, but you're definitely not the oldest who's ever been on here, Jason. I can tell you that for a fact. How old are you, Stucker? I think we can probably speed up a little bit now. Barcelona traffic, Vueling 1003, descending through 4,500 feet, inbound Bravo Lima 624 for a runway 02 approach. You might well be the youngest then, Stinker. You might be.
Barcelona traffic on ILS runway 02.
Ah, that's good. So Marcus is established on the ILS, which means we are at least 20 miles behind him. So we should be able to get him without holding or going around or anything like that, which is the main thing. Glorious weather, glorious weather. In fact, we don't need the anti-ice anymore because there are no clouds, or there are a few clouds, but we appear to be below them. So we'll turn that off, save a bit of fuel, you know, save the planet. Oh, Douglas, I think the A320nx is easier to fly. It certainly flies a lot more like the real aircraft. It's got more systems depth, so there's more stuff that you can learn if you want to. But if you can fly the default A320, I don't think you'll have any trouble at all. Yeah, it's true. Whichever way you approach Barcelona is stunning. You always get a little bit of sea, you sometimes get a bit of city, you always get a bit of mountain. It's lovely. Zanis, how's that other Barcelona coming on that you're involved with, if you're still here?
Barcelona traffic on auto speed, 14 miles over.
Okay, so he's in a 14-mile final, and we are still about that away from joining the final, so probably even more. No, we're still 20 miles. Oh no, 10 miles from BL624. Barcelona traffic, Vueling 1003, 10 miles from Bravo Lima 624 for approach runway 02. The weather radar, yeah, the weather radar is pretty good. So is it going to be better than the Latin VFR ones on this? Because I have to say Barcelona is one of those airports where I do want the best of the best. We're not picking up the localizer yet. Let me just double check that. 108.75 BLT. Yeah, that's correct. Oh, and it's just, as I said that, it's just appeared. So that's good. It's called Bene Fly. No, Bene Overlay. Bene Overlay. That's what the bar is called. Yeah. So am I, Stucker. And I'm glad that we're still able to go to Europe, but we're going to need a visa waiver and things like that.
Barcelona traffic, 7 miles to final city.
Marcus, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We've got sufficient separation, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I use the F9 key to turn my track IR on and off. But there's also a setting in the camera menu which does it up here. I think F9 is a default track IR key for turning it on and off. So we can intercept the localizer now, as soon as that little diamond starts moving. And it's a very long final, so whereas I'd normally extend flaps 1, I'm not going to here because we've got 24 miles to run. Barcelona traffic, Vueling 1003, established localizer, runway 02, 2 4-mile final. What's your nightmare, Stucker? Track IR is a head tracking system, so you get a camera that sits on top of your monitor and a little clip, and it allows you to look around the cockpit. So when you see me doing this sort of thing, I'm just moving my head left and right, and I have a clip on my headset that allows me to see around. It's very good. It's not quite VR, but it's cheaper. And you don't need a super powerful system to run it either. No, actually, for the default, Jason, for the default, it comes with a clip that goes on a peaked cap, like a baseball cap, and it's just got 3 reflectors, so it slides on over the peak. You don't need a headset. I've recently bought a Delan clip, which does require a headset, so I was getting a little bit muddled up there. Okay, let's descend to 2,000 feet, which is our glide slope intercept height. Oh, frequency input is a nightmare on this, I know. It's oh good, so Marcus is down and clear of the runway. And as we're coming up to 10 miles, we'll make sure that we are in the approach phase, which will get the aircraft to start slowing us down to our green dot speed and beyond. Oh, that is an awful nightmare, Shuka. This must be horrible. Sort of thing you wake up from in a sweat, isn't it? So we're just going to use a little bit of speed brake to slow us down here.
Barcelona traffic, taxi to Terminal 2.
Bad M,
Checked.
thank you for the sub. Welcome to the stream. Assuming you're watching. We're really not slowing down. We should be slowing down now. Like, to the extent I can't help wondering if they've broken the mod.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
I know we're above flap extension speed, but we really need to slow down. There we are. Now we're slowing down. Hallelujah. Barcelona traffic, Vueling 1003, 3 mile final, runway 02.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Speed checked.
Too low. Terrain.
Why are we getting too low terrain?
Flaps full.
That's weird. We've got our gear down.
100 above.
Cabin crew, be seated for landing.
Landing checklist.
Cabin crew.
Advised.
Auto thrust.
Speed.
Auto brake.
Low.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist complete.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
And that shaking you saw
Spoilers.
is down to my
Reverse
broken
grid.
joystick,
Decel.
which I really need to get onto Thrustmaster about. But anyhow, welcome to Barcelona.
$70 knots.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conclusion of our flight. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain has turned off the seatbelt sign and the aircraft is parked safely. This will be your indication that it is safe to move around the cabin, gather your belongings and disembark. We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. We appreciate
Hello,
your
Infinite
business
Flight
and
Plane
hope to see you
Spotter.
once again on a future flight.
Welcome to
Thank
the
you.
channel. Thanks for the safe landing wishes, Jason. Thank you, Mossy. It was all right. We were just suddenly much too fast, and I don't know why that was. But anyway, it was relatively smooth, other than the little joystick glitch. Right, so get clear of the runway. Announce clear. Barcelona traffic, Vueling 1003, clear of runway. Right, so landing lights off.
Lufthansa 888 at gate, Terminal 2.
Strobe off. Taxi light on. Weather radar off. Predictive wind shear warning off. And we'll start the APU. And I'll look. I did write down the gate that the flight ended at in the real world, and it was gate 228, Terminal 1, I believe. And how are we getting there? Barcelona traffic, Vueling 1003, taxiing to gate 228 via Papa, Romeo and Mike. And we're crossing the runway, so we'll turn our strobe light back on. I did have a quick look on VATSPY to make sure there was no one coming. Thank you very, very much. Was it actually 232 feet a minute? Is that something that you saw? Or is that a guess? I don't know what this new bar thing at the top does, but I think it might give you a landing rate. I wasn't aware of having turned that on. What technique do you use for such a smooth landing? Come in at the right speed and flare at 30 feet and hope that the twist axis doesn't start making you yaw all over the place. Yeah, it was very stressful, Marcus, I agree with you there. But good fun. Right, I suppose we should do our after landing checklist, shouldn't we?
After landing checklist.
Flaps.
Retracted.
Spoilers.
Disarmed.
APU.
Start.
Radar.
Off.
Predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist complete.
Oh really, Captain Sharp? I've never had that before. Actually, that's not true. I have when an update broke a version of the mod, but I haven't had it for a long time. Alright, 228, where are you? Somewhere along here, I think. Oh yeah, third one from the end. Do you know, Marcus, I was actually quite glad when the ATC went offline. It's just too short a flight, you can't relax into it at all. I'll park up and then I'll catch up with what I've missed in the chat.
Taxi light off.
I love the fact you've got people looking out the window there. It's really cool. Right, parking brake set. APU bleed on. Engines off. Seatbelt sign off. And I wish this thing would stop popping up. Fuel pumps off. Beacon off. And the strobe I should have turned off after crossing the runway. Never mind.
Parking checklist.
APU bleed.
On.
Engines.
Off.
Seatbelts.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Set.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking brake and chocks.
On and in.
Parking checklist complete.
Good, what have I missed? More like movie spoiler, very good. Douglas, when you're supposed to disengage the auto throttle and put the throttle to idle? Well, you should do it. So you've got a choice. You can either do it all the way down the approach, but the latest you should do it is when you hear the retard call out on final. So the the Airbus manages your speed all the way down to the runway, basically, if you leave it in the climb detent. But there comes a point, normally around 20 feet, where you have to bring it back to idle yourself. You don't actually have to click the auto throttle button. It disengages automatically when you move the thrust levers. If you want to chill out while flying, you shouldn't use VATSIM. This is true. This is true. I might do the odd pilot to ATC flight, I think, make it a bit more relaxing. But if you're doing a longer leg and all you've got to do is check in with a few center controllers, it's not too bad. It's just when you're doing 45 minutes and as soon as you're up, you're planning your arrival, that's when it gets a little bit stressful, in my opinion. Follow the marshal's signal. There was no marshaller. Yes, do join the Discord. Nightbot is right. It does look a little bit like Dubai. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Let's go and have a quick look inside, shall we, while we're here? Because it is cool. The drone is wonky. I think it's something to do with it not following the curvature of the Earth. But I wouldn't have thought that would be apparent on such a short leg. So yes, this is one of Barcelona's best features, really, the terminal modelling inside. So you can actually walk most of the way down the jetway. Let's go and have a look at our plane over this guy's shoulder and freak him out. He's obviously impressed with our parking. Anyway, there we are. Now I've made a decision. I am going to do a flight. Obviously we've got our group flight tomorrow, that's the 2nd, but I will do another live stream at 1400 on the 3rd, so the day after tomorrow, 1400 Zulu, and we'll fly from here in Barcelona up to Cologne Bonn, because it's my favourite airport and I've never streamed a flight there, which is ridiculous. So yes, until then, thank you all very much for joining me, and thank you in particular to Captain Shark 21 for the donation, really appreciate that. Happy New Year again. And I'll see you soon here on Filbert Flies, I hope. Take care. Bye-bye.